Sri Vaheguru Sahib Ji. Deen Deaal sun benti, Har Prabh Har Raya Raam Raje. Hau mango sharan har naam ki, Har har mukh paya. Bhagat vachal har bird hai, Har laaj rakhaya. Jan Nanak Saranagati, Har naam taraya. ਸਲੋਕ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ। ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਵਨ ਵਹਿ ਸਦਵਾਓ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲਹਿ ਲਖ ਦਰਿਆਓ। ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਗਨ ਕਢੈ ਵੇਗਾਰ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਧਰਤੀ ਦੱਬੀ ਭਾਰ। ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਦ ਫਿਰੈ ਸਿਰ ਭਾਰ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਾਜਾ ਧਰਮ ਦੁਆਰ। ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੂਰਜ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੰਦ, ਕਹੋ ਕਰੋੜੀ ਚਲਤ ਨਾ ਅੰਤ। ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਧ ਬੁੱਧ ਸੁਰਨਾਥ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਡਾਣੇ ਆਕਾਸ। ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋਧ ਮਹਾਬਲ ਸੂਰ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਵਹਿ ਜਾਵਹਿ ਪੂਰ। ਸਗਲਿਆ ਭਉ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸਿਰ ਲੇਖ, ਨਾਨਕ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਸਚ ਏਕ। ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ। ਨਾਨਕ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ, ਹੋਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਰਾਮ ਰਵਾਲ। ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਕੰਨ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ, ਕੀਤੇ ਵੇਦ ਵਿਚਾਰ। ਕੀਤੇ ਨਚਹਿ ਮੰਗਤੇ, ਗਿੜ ਮੁੜ ਪੂਰਹਿ ਤਾਲ। ਬਾਜਾਰੀ ਬਾਜਾਰ ਮਹਿ, ਆਏ ਕਢਹਿ ਬਾਜਾਰ। ਗਾਵਹਿ ਰਾਜੇ ਰਾਣੀਆਂ, ਬੋਲਹਿ ਆਲ ਪਤਾਲ। ਲਖ ਟਕਿਆ ਕੇ ਮੁੰਦੜੇ, ਲਖ ਟਕਿਆ ਕੇ ਹਾਰ। ਜਿਤ ਤਨ ਪਾਈਐ ਨਾਨਕਾ, ਸੇ ਤਨ ਹੋਵਹਿ ਛਾਰ। ਗਿਆਨ ਨਾ ਗੱਲੀ ਢੂੰਡੀਐ, ਕਥਨਾ ਕਰੜਾ ਸਾਰ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲੈ ਤਾ ਪਾਈਐ, ਹੋਰ ਹਿਕਮਤ ਹੁਕਮ ਖੁਆਰ। ਪੌੜੀ। ਨਦਰ ਕਰਹਿ ਜੇ ਆਪਣੀ, ਤਾਂ ਨਦਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪਾਇਆ। ਇਹੋ ਜੀਉ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਜਨਮ ਭਰਮਿਆ, ਤਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸੁਣਾਇਆ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਜੀਵੜ ਦਾਤਾ ਕੋ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਭ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਲੋਕ ਸਬਾਇਆ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸਚ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆਪ ਗਵਾਇਆ। ਜਿਨ ਸੱਚੋ ਸੱਚ ਬੁਝਾਇਆ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆਪ ਗਵਾਇਆ। ਜਿਨ ਸੱਚੋ ਸੱਚ ਬੁਝਾਇਆ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, we're blessed by Sache Paatshah to be able to do the vichar of the fourth pauri of Shri Asa Di Vaar. Tan Tan Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Paatshah is explaining to us how Gyan, how true enlightenment is truly found through the Guru, through the blessings of the Guru. We must live within the Hukam, within the Maryada of Sache Paatshah. And that loving fear which Sache Paatshah tells us, which we have to instill inside of our hearts to be able to find what true love is actually about. In the very first pauri, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Paatshah explains the creation of this world. Then they explain in the second pauri all of the great things of how those people that they connect to Sache Paatshah's name, they connect to the Naam, they are truly enlightened, they're truly liberated. And in the third pauri, Sache Paatshah further explains that niyam of dharm, and they said those people that don't experience that bliss, those people, they waste their life blindly. But now Sache Paatshah is explaining that if you truly want to experience that anand, if you want that enlightenment within this creation, what do you have to do? In the shant of Tan Tan Shri Guru Ram Das Ji Sache Paatshah, first they explain to us, Deen Deaal sun benti, Har Prabh Har Raya Raam Raje. Hau mango sharan har naam ki, Har har mukh paya. Just like a child is asking the mother, oh my mother, I'm hungry. Whenever a child feels hungry, they do not know how to cook. They don't know how to go out and work for food. So what they do is a child cries out to the mother. The child says that, oh my mother, feed me. Even if the child is not able to speak yet, the child's cry is enough for the mother to hear and for the mother to know that my child is hungry. In the same way, here Guru Ram Das Ji Sache Paatshah is teaching us how to do a benti, how to do ardas, how to make a request to your Guru. Many people make requests to the Guru, but Sache Pacha teaches us how to do it. The true way to do it, don't ask for anything else in this world, only ask for that Naam. Vin to dhor je mangana, sir dukhan ke dukh deo naam santokhiya, utre man ki bhukh. But ask in such a way, oh my beloved Guru, bless me that I have nobody else in this world to place my hopes in. I place my love and I place my fear in you. If you give me something, then that is everything. But I have this fear that if you don't give me anything, that I am absolutely nothing. So this loving fear is that, oh my Creator, you are my mother. Just like a child plays in the lap of their mother, the child plays in the lap of their father. The child knows that the mother loves them and the father loves them, but the child also knows that without my mother and father, nobody in this world is there to support me. I don't know anybody else. If they don't feed me, then I will not be able to eat. If they don't take care of me, they don't love me, then there will be nobody there to love me. Meaning that without my Paramatma, without God, I am nothing. God, Paramatma, Vaheguru is my giver, is my sustainer, is my provider, is my protector. Deen, Deaal, Sun, Benti, O Sache Pacha, you are the person that blesses with mercy upon all of these poor people. Deen, Deaal, Sun, Benti, Sache Pacha, I am poor in this state of gribi, this state of humility. I make this request to, O my merciful Master, O Sache Pacha, listen to my request. You are the great King. You are ever pervading in this world. O my beloved, I make this request in front of you, and please hear my request. My request is this: Hom mango sharan har naam ki har har mukh paya. That I just want to sit in your lap. I want to sit in your sanctuary, your sharan. I want to go under your protection, because other than your protection, I have nobody. And just like we read in Gurbani, tum mukh devo khira. Just like this Paramatma, they bless their child with this kheer, this sweet food, and they place it on this tongue of the child, and the child eats this amazing food, and they smile, and they get filled with nutrition, they get filled with energy. In the same way, O Paramatma, I ask you, take me inside of your lap, and why don't you feed me? But what shall you feed me with? Place Hari's Naam. Place the name of Akaal Purakh, the name that will get rid of all my pains, that will get rid of my home, and take me to that enlightenment. So har har mukh paya. This is what you do. This is your nature. Just like a mother's nature is to love the child. Just like a child may make many, many mistakes, but the mother will always forgive. Bhagat vachal har bird hai. Bhagat meaning those people that do the bhaktis. Vachal meaning to love. Bird hai means, oh Sache Pacha, that this is your loving nature. This is your personality. This is who you are. Just like the light's nature is to shine sunlight. Just like a tree's nature is to provide shade and grow its roots and give birth to many, many animals that will be staying there, just like many birds live in nests inside of that tree. It provides shade, just like the tree's nature is that. Just like a mother's nature is to always love their child. E Sache Pacha, Bhagadavachal har birda, your nature is to love and enshrine your devotees in such a way, har laaj rakha, that you protect their honor. You protect their honor in this world and in the next world. You are their protector, you are their sustainer. Sache Pacha, this is who you are. Jan Nanak Saranagati har naam taraya. So Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Pacha is saying that I fall in your sharan. Sache Pacha, take me into your embrace. And just like you've taken many, many bhagats, you've taken many, many devotees through all of these jugs, through all of the eras, all of the times, you've placed them on top of your boat and you've made them float across and gotten them across this terrifying world ocean. Sache Pacha, har naam taraya, why don't you take this naam, place it inside of my heart, place it inside of my mind, so that this can turn into my boat, and while sitting on this boat can carry me across this world ocean, so I don't turn into that rock full of ego and drowns in this ocean. Sache Pacha, this is my request to you. Pyareo, without this type of loving devotion, true enlightenment cannot be found. So Pyareo, what does Guru Nanak Dev Ji say? The question asked, if everybody has to live in such loving fear of Paramatma, then what is fear? What are the things in fear? Can you please explain that to us? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha, they say, Salok Mahalla Pehla, Peh vich pavan vahai sadvao, Peh vich challeh lakh dariyao. Pyareo, Peh means fear. But not that type of fear that when you see a snake and somebody is scared for their life. Not that type of fear when somebody sees a spider and is fearful of their life. This is that loving fear. This is that fear which gets rid of all fears. Nirpo peh man hoye, ho main mail gavaya, Raam jiyo. With this loving type of fear, when somebody enshrines this fear inside of their heart, all other fears go away. Mere man sach milay pau jaye. When you connect to Paramatma, when you connect to this truth, bin peh, without this fear, you can't find this nirpo. And you can't gurmukh shabd samay, you can't actually merge into that Paramatma, you can't actually become the form of a gurmukh, base your entire life around Gursikhi, around your Guru, and then merge into the Shabad. How can somebody become fearless without this loving fear? It's impossible. So, oh my mind, why don't you enshrine this love inside of your mind? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha is saying that you must live inside of this loving fear of Paramatma as well. Peh bin bhagt na hovai, naam na laga pyar. Without enshrining this loving fear inside of your heart, you can't really do bhakti. Because who are you doing bhakti of? Who are you a devotee of? Because if you want to become a devotee, if you want to truly fall in love, you must surrender yourself. You must fall and you must sit low. Once you sit low, pyareo, once you become the lowest of the low, then you look out to your master. Pyareo, that's where the true pukar comes from. That's where the true cry of love comes from. Deen, Deaal, sun Benti. This entire world, this entire creation that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha explained to us in the previous loks and Paudiyan, Maharaj is now saying that look, they're all living in your ordinance. They're all living inside of your hukam. Peh means hukam. Peh means maryada. Maryada meaning they're living by a code of conduct. They're living by a certain law, the laws of nature, which you can translate it as. Everything is living within the permission, within the agya, within the rule and order of Akaal Purakh. Just like, pyareo, in this world, there is the law and order of a country. A citizen that is abiding by it, they will not go outside of that law. And those people that go outside of that law, we call them criminals. We give them that name. But pyareo, these laws and orders, we have the ability, we have the power to actually step out of that law and order. Because these are created by man. That law and order of man has no power. But the law and order of Paramatma, not even a leaf can move without that loving fear. Anything that happens in this world, anything that moves in this world, that thinks in this world, is all living in this this hukam, this ordinance of Paramatma. Sache Pacha explains to us how. They say, Peh vich pavan vahai sadvao. All of the winds that move in this world, all the currents that take the hot winds north, that take the cold winds south, that change the direction of the winds, that they move the oceans, they set sail to the boats. All of these winds, they're moving inside of your loving fear because Paramatma, Hey Sache Pacha, because it's within your hukam, your ordinance for these things to move. Everything is working within your loving fear because you allow it to happen. Even those winds, even this tarti, even the fire, even the air, nothing is outside of your hukam. Here by Gurdas Ji, they explain to us this one shabad. They say, Peh vich tarta akash hai. They say that even this tarti and this akash, it's all inside of your fear. They say, Niratar Peh par taraya. Meaning that this entire creation, look, we have tarti in this world, we have the earth, and then we have the agas, we have the sky. But if you look at it, there is no poles, there is no support holding the sky up above the tarti. It has no support, yet it's still there. Bin thamma gagan rahaya, we read in Tan Tan Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani, Khanda Prathama Saj ke, Jin sab sah sar upaya, Brahma Bisan Mahes, Saj Kudrati da khel rachaye banaya, Sindh Parbat Medani, Bin thamma gagan rahaya. Hey Sache Pacha, you created this entire universe. You explain to us how, and you say that look, even the ethers, the skies, the clouds, they're all in the sky. But whenever a man makes a bridge, or they make any sort of structure, the entire world goes and looks at that bridge and they say, wow, look at that bridge going over the river. It has no support into going into the lake. Look at that bridge. Look how amazing. Look how high it is. Look how high the arc it is. What a beautiful sight. But Pyareo, sometimes we forget the beauty of this sight that Akaal Purakh created. Look at the sky. That not even a single pole, a single mechanism of support is attached from the earth to the sky. These don't even connect. We can try to connect them. We can't find that place where the sky and the earth connect. You can see in the distance that the sky and the earth connect, but when you travel to that distance, they won't connect. You can keep on going around the world, you will never find this place. This is why this place of yours, this akash of yours, this tarti of yours, it's all within your it's all within your loving fear. They're living within your ordinance, within your maryada. Nobody can go outside of your maryada. Pavan pani ba santaro. Here Bhai Gurdas Ji is saying that even the air, the water, and the fire, pavan pani ba santaro, pੈ vich rakha mel milaya, that you keep all of these within your fear. You keep them all within your hukam. If they wanted to, they could go outside of that hukam and they could destroy many, many things. But Sache Pacha, look at your wondrousness. Whatever you created, it does not go outside of that hukam. Let me explain this, Pyareo. Water and fire, they're complete opposites. Water takes out fire and fire burns water. But yet, in this world, water and fire, they're kept together inside of your body. Your body in itself is made out of these 5 elements, which we just named tarti. We said space, akash. Then we said pavan, pani, and basantara, which means fire. These 5 elements are inside of your body. These are all living within the ordinance, the hukam of Akaal Purakh. Pੈ vich pavan, vah sadvao. Pੈ vich challe lakhdariya, all the waters, all the rivers, they're all flowing within your hukam. The water cycle is within your hukam. The rivers, everything is. Pੈ vich agna kadabe gar. Even this fire, look at all the beautiful tasks it's doing. It cooks your food. It gives heat to this world. When you are cold, you drink hot drinks. Even when you eat this food, the fire inside of your body, it digests it. Inside of your body, there are all 5 of these elements. Many Vidwans and sadhus, they explain how these 5 elements are living inside of your body. Because there is a word, a kala, a wondrousness of Paramatma, which keeps these 5 elements together. Man cannot do this. This word is called Panchikrit. How these 5 elements are put together and how this entire universe is put together. Pyareo, if you take your body and you look at it in different parts, your bones, they're made up of 50% earth, but yet that bone in itself, it contains all other elements. It contains fire, it contains water, it contains akash, and it contains air. But majority of it, 50% of it, is earth. And when you look at your flesh, that is 50% water, but it contains all 4 of the other ones as well. If you look at your respiratory system, your lungs, your pran, the oxygen that's carried through your body, that is 50% air, but it contains all 4 others. If you look at your mind, your buddhi, your intellect, that is 50% akash, but it contains all 4 of the other ones as well. In the same way, Pyareo, the rest of this entire body, we cannot take these elements and mix them. But Paramatma has the kala that even inside of fire, Bhai Gurdas Ji explains that even inside of wood, the fire is kept. But look at the law of nature. Look at the pair of Akaal Purakh. The fire does not burn the wood, even though it's kept inside of it. It lives within that hukam. If you look into this world, you see the water. Majority of this earth is water. But then there's tarti. There's tarti and there's water. Water can overtake all of the land if it wants, but it lives within that hukam. There is water within the tarti as well. The water is able to take out the tarti, but it lives within the hukam. All of this, pyareo, is inside of that pair of Akaal Purakh. But there's only one thing that Bhai Gurdas Ji throughout this entire pauri, Nirpau Ab Niranjan Raya. The Hey Paramatma, you are the spotless, you are the immaculate, only you are the one that is without fear. Because you do not live within anybody's ordinance. You create ordinance, you create this hukam. Pyareo, if we live in this maryada, this hukam of Paramatma as well, the nature is, if you contemplate, if you connect to such, then you will become part of that truth. If you don't connect to truth, then you will not become part of that truth. This entire creation is living in that fear. Pavan vahai sadvav, the waters, the airs, the tarti, the water, which agana kadavegar, which tarti, dabbi par. Look at this earth. It is piled upon itself. There is so much weight on top of this earth. The earth is kept together with this gravity. Look at it's living within your pa. It's living within your ordinance. Pa, which in the farasir par. Even if you look at clouds, hear the word Indr, which means the Devta Indr, which is referred to living in the clouds, living in the heavens. Here is being referred to that rain cloud. Which in the farasir par, even when the rain cloud comes on top of the world and the water comes down and it rains or it snows, anything that cloud does, hey Paramatma, that's within your fear. Meaning all weather is within your fear. All weather is within your hukam. When the sun comes out, when the rain falls, when it slows, Paramatma, if you did not desire it to happen, Sache Pacha, it would not happen. There's a story that is explained that on one side of a city, there was a person doing ardas to Paramatma. On the other side of that same city, another person is doing ardas, but their ardasas are two different ardas. One person says, hey God, I'm a farmer. My crops are growing, but there hasn't been any water. There hasn't been any rain. I make this request. May you make it rain. The other person says, hey, my beloved Paramatma, it is my wedding day. I have such an auspicious time. Many people have gathered. Sache Pacha, may you make this day go well. Can you make it not rain? Keep this day full of sunshine. But if you look at this, the sun and the rain, all of this is within the path of Paramatma. Our desires may be different than what Paramatma wants. If we are to ask Sache Pacha for something, let's ask for this loving fear that no matter what happens, Sache Pacha, we will accept your hukam. That's why Sache Pacha, Guru Ram Das Ji adds this shabd, this shant, Deen Deaal sun benti, har prabh har raya, Raam raje ho mango, sharan har naam ki, har har mukh paya. Pyareo, even the rain clouds, everything is within that hukam. Because Sache Pacha wants it to rain, therefore it happens. Raja, Taram Duar, and if this entire creation, the way the winds work and the waters and the tarti and the five elements, the way the world is created, then the one that's watching over the karmas, the actions of those that living within this creation, he is also living in fear. We spoke about Likhanabe Taram Bahalya. Here Maharaj is saying, Raja Taram Duar, in the Dwar of Taram Raj, where all accounts are read, where the great people that connect to Naam, they are honored. And those people that don't connect to Naam, they're pulled out to the side and they're punished. In that court, when the righteous judge, Taram Raj, is sitting on the court because he's been placed there by Akaal Purakh, when he sits there, even he has to abide by the law of Paramatma, even though he is the one reading out the law. Even though he is the one that dictates the law and delivers justice, he has this fear on top of his head that, hey Sache Pacha, may I do all of these acts of justice in the right way. May I not make a mistake and do benya. May I not do something that is unjust. Can I deliver your hukum that you've created in the right way? Can I judge all of these actions that these beings are doing within your creation? Can I judge them in the right way? Sache Pacha, give me that willpower, you act within me. Even that Dharmraj, which we are all living, which we must all give our accounts to. Even that Dharmraj is living in that fear. In this world, a judge is not outside of that law. In the same way, the judge of this entire creation is not outside of the creation or the law of Paramatma as well. Peh vich Raja, Dharmdwar, Peh vich Suraj, Peh vich Chand. All the suns and the moons, they're all within Dharm as well. In Japji Sahib, we read what Dharmkhand is. Rati, Ruti, Thiti, Var, Pavan, Pani, Agni, Patal. All of this is within one thing. It's circling around how the sun and the moon are. How the earth revolves around the sun. Because of the sun and the moon, they are living within your fear. They cannot decide to stop. They cannot decide that we want to stop time. The moon cannot decide that I just want to keep the night. The sun cannot decide that I want to keep it day forever on this side of the earth. No, because they're all living within the Hukam, living within the Dharm, the day and the night. All of the seasons, everything that's happening within this world, all 5 elements even that are mentioned in that body of Japji Sahib, they're all living within that fear. Peh vich Suraj, Peh vich Chand, Koh Karodi, Chalat na Ant. Hey Paramatma, they have traveled many miles, many koh, many distances. Chalatana Ant, we don't know how long the sun and the moon have been traveling. Just like if we look within this universe, Pyareo, within our solar system, beyond our solar system, there are many stars. These many stars have been moving for such a long time, which we don't know how long they've been there before, or how long they've been moving for before. And we don't even know how much distance they've traveled. Koh Karodi Chalatnant, they've been traveling for endless amount of distances and time. Even that is within your fear, O Sache Pacha. Pavich said the Bodh Surnath. Now Sache Pacha is getting more and more above, looking at the creation, but then looking at all of these powers within creation. Many people, they say we are scared of black magic. We are scared of Riddhiyan Siddhiyan, that this person might do a curse upon us. Pyareo, if you keep the loving fear for Akaal Purakh, all of these fears go away. Which is Siddh. All of the Siddhiyan, the Riddhiyan Siddhiyan, all of the spiritual powers within this world, they're within the fearing love of Akaal Purakh, within the ordinance, Hukam, Maryada of Akaal Purakh as well. If Maharaj didn't want those to be there, they wouldn't be there. So get rid of this vaham that if you sneeze, and that's going to be bad luck. If a black cat crosses in front of you, that is bad luck. Pyareo, nothing is outside of the Hukam. Buddh, which means those people that are Vidvan, those people have all of the knowledge of the world, those people that are scholars, all the Buddhis, the intellects. Sur meaning all of the Surme, all of these people that are great warriors. Sur also means the Devte, people that are living in Swargalok. Those people, those angels, and not the great sages, the kings, the masters of those angels, even the great sages, the great Shakti and the sustainers of this world. Everything is within your Hukam. Everything is within your ordinance. There are many things created. When Gyan Khan we read that there are many suns and moons and earths. We see that there are many Devte, many Indras, many Brahmas, many Mahesh, many of them. But all of these sustainers, these powers, these Shaktiyan, they're all within your Hukam as well. Hey Sache Pacha, when we look at this, Pavich Adane Akas, this entire universe, all this space, this creation, we don't know what the distance of this entire universe is. We can go beyond the Milky Way. We go beyond that. We go even beyond that. We found the superplex, or whatever they may be called. There's no end to this. We don't know how far your stretch is. Peh vich aadane akas, the stretched out space, the stretched out universe, these stretched out skies, they are all within your fears, all within your hukam. Nothing can go outside of your hukam. Peh vich jod mahabal sur. All of the surme, all of the great warriors, all of the people with great strengths, people praise them in this world. Many people call out and they sing the great lines of great warriors and great shaheeds and great battles that took place. But pyareo, everything that's happened, all of these powers, they're all within hukam as well, all within that fear, because they all have the fear of death as well. Pyareo, peh vich aave jave pur, anything that comes and goes into this world, even those jode, they are fearful of coming and going into this world. Sagalya pao likhyar sir lik, everything in this creation has fear on top of its head. Everything. Every human being, whether they may be scared of another person, whether they are scared of some higher power, whether they are scared of their mother, father, friends or not, but somebody living in this world that is not fully connected to Paramatma, they have this fear of death inside of their heart, inside of their mind. But if you connect to this truth, all of these fears of death, they go away. There's no fear left. Dariya je dar hove hor. Dar darna man ka sor. All of these fears, which you call fears, they're not actually fears. Understand the hukam, the maryada of Paramatma. Live within that hukam. All of these fears go away, because if you take these worldly fears, you place them on top of that mind. And when you place them on top of this mind, they become weights on top of your mind. This makes your mind feel anxious. It makes your mind feel heavy. It just becomes pressure upon your mind. Dariya je dar hove hor. Only be scared if you have something to be fearful of other than Akaal Purakh. Because in this universe there is nothing that moves without Paramatma. And if you call out to Paramatma, Paramatma will make those amazing blessings come towards you in your life and bless you with enlightenment. Here, Sagalya pao likhiya sir lekh. But then there is one thing. The question asks, if everything is within fear, then is there anything outside of fear? Yes, there is one thing. That is Nanak Nirpau Nirankar Sach Ek, that Paramatma is outside of this fear. We read in Guru Bani, Peh kahu ko detne. We read by Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj Sache Pacha. Peh kahu ko detne, neh peh manat aan. Kaho Nanak sun remna gyani tahe bakhan. In the sloks of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Pacha, Slok Mahalla Nama. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Pacha, in the state of virag, the state of detachment on this world, they say that look at this world. Peh kahu ko detne. That person that is not afraid of anybody, neh peh manat aan, and does not give fear to anybody. Peh kahu ko detne, neh peh manat aan. There is no such thing as fear receiving or giving to that person. Kaho Nanak sun remana, oh my mind, understand that that type of person that is beyond fear, that has become the form of Nirpau, Nirankar, that person, know them to be a true Gyani, meaning a Brahm Gyani. They are enlightened. They have experienced Paramatma. A Gyani doesn't just mean, Gyani does not just mean somebody that has learnt wisdom or knowledge. No, Gyani means that light of Paramatma, the sun, has shone inside of that person's life and dispelled all ignorance, all darkness. And whenever that person looks, there is just God left, and there's just the light of Paramatma. Brahm Gyani. Here, the next bit, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha further explains that if we don't live in this fear, we end up connecting to other fears. And these other fears, they're not something to truly worship. Nanak Nirpau Nirankar, they say the same thing again. Wherever Guru Nanak Dev Ji left off the previous slok, they carry on and they further explain that there are many great avatars that have come into this world and they've gone. Many great soldiers, great beings have come and they've gone, but the world has gone and they've started worshipping them. They remember them. They have been great. But those people, that are calling out to them, they have forgotten that even those avatars, they had something on top of their head. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੁਕਮ ਸੀਗਾ, ਆਵਣ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਤੇ ਸਹਿਕਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ ਬੁੱਝ ਸਮਾਵੇਂਗੇ. Anything that comes into this world and goes is all within that hukum. It has that hukum on top of his head. Nanak nirpau nirankar hor kete Ram Raval. All other Rams. This is referring to Ram Chandraji. That is the arth that we are going to do. Hor kete Ram Raval. Raval means dust. We read in Shri Dasam Granth. Jitte Ram hue, sabhe ant mue. Jitte Krishna hue, jitte Krishna hua hai, sabhe ant jai hai. Guru Gobind Singh Ji explains that all of the Ram Chandras that have come into this world, they've all had to go. All the Krishnas that come into this world, they all had to go. Main agne se pratham manau, Kishan Bishan kabhu ne tehu. Sache Pacha is saying that connecting to these, the avatars, the world worships them. But even on top of their head, there is a power. Why don't we worship that power? The power that were these devte, Guru Gobind Singh explains, in the darbar of Paramatma, these Ramchandras, Krishna, they stand and they clean the floors in Paramatma's Akaal Purakh. Guru Gobind Singh Ji explains. Sache Pacha here is saying, Hor kete Ram Raval, any other power, Shakti, that you may be looking in this world is just dust compared to Paramatma. That one that is Nirankar, is spotless, is immaculate. Sache Pacha ketiyan kan kahaniyan kete bed vichar. There are many stories of Kan meaning Krishna. Many stories. Kete bed vichar, and there are many scholars, many philosophies, many Veds, vichars, thoughts, processes that are written down that people discuss. All of these stories of love, may they be. All of the philosophies that are there, these are sung. But all of them are completely nothing compared to the love and the fearing love of Paramatma. Next thing Sache Pacha is saying, that those that look, they connect to just the stories. They have connected to these great stories, but they have not truly become the form of Paramatma. They have not actually connected to the wondrousness, the greatness of Ramchandra. They have not truly connected to the greatness of Krishna. They are just doing pakhand. This hypocrisy, Guru Nanak Dev Ji condemns here. Pyareo, one thing that we must understand is that if we want to listen to the Katha or the arth of Shri Asa Di Vaar, if we want to truly be able to take out what Asa Di Vaar is saying, we must rise above what the world thinks or what other thinks of us. In this Bani, Sache Pacha, they condemn things and they say things in such a strict way. Pyareo, we cannot be thinking that, oh my God, but society says this, the world says this, what will these people think? No, Sache Pacha says what is the truth. So Sache Pacha is saying, then they explain what a Ras Leela is. And they explain what a Ram Leela is. Pyareo, these are dances that happen a few days before the days of Diwali and other times throughout the year. Ram Leela is in celebration of Sri Ramchandra. These are dances that happen. And Ras Leela is in celebration of Krishna. Even just 1 month ago, while I was in India, while traveling there in a car, I saw that there was a whole bunch of people wearing costumes getting into a tempo, getting into a taxi. And they're traveling, and I asked the person, isn't that person dressed as Hanuman? Isn't that person dressed as Ramchandra? They're dressed as kings and they have the whole weapons and they're going. And I was saying, where are these people going? And my friend told me, let's follow them. Let's go and see what they do. So when we went and they gathered into the middle of this bazaar where there are many people watching them, they saw a market and they started dancing. They started singing. Somebody started playing the drums. Somebody is wearing lots of jewelry. And they're dancing and singing. And some of them fall to the ground. Some people are singing and many people are giving them money. Many people watch these things and they go home laughing. But the beauty is that look at this. That those people that are saying all of these great stories of Ramchandra and Krishna, All of these stories, they truly haven't implemented inside of them. They've just turned it into just their own kirt. So they're doing it in hypocrisy. Pyareo, take this. No, don't just take this to be blaming the Ras Leela and Krishna Leela and saying those are hypocrisy. Look at us. I'm going to say this to myself, that myself, if we are speaking about Gurbani, to those Prabandhaks of a Gurdwara, those committee members, may it be, those people that are doing Prachar or consider to be doing Prachar, those people that are doing Kirtan, those people that are running Sikh organizations, whether it be a youth organization, whether it be a non-profit organization, whatever that was, maybe, all of these things, make sure you don't just take the stories of it, or you take what the kahaniya of it are, and you turn it into your own way of seeking validation. Or you don't turn it into your own way of filling your own stomach. Here Sache Pacha is condemning this hypocrisy. If you're going to sing out to these kahaniya, remember whose hand is on top of that. Kete nache mangte gir mood pura taal. All of these dancers, they dance. And they go around and they start begging. They dance. They sing the praises of Raam, but then in the form of Hanuman or Raam, they're holding out their hands and saying, give me money. They're giving me money. Sache Pacha in Bani says, Gur Peer Sadai, Kar Kar Mangan Jai. To that person who calls themselves a Guru, equivalent to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, or another Peer Guru, Gur Peer Sadai, or they call themselves enlightened saintly person. Kar Kar Mangan Jai, and they go and knock on doors. This is something that used to happen in history. They used to go and knock on doors, and they open the doors and they say, give me money, give me food. And if you don't feed me, if you don't give me money, we will curse you. This is the way that it used to be done. Pyareo, here is speaking about a similar thing. Kete nache mangate, many of these beggars that are dressed as Ram, they're not truly living to how Ram used to live. They aren't living up to the way Krishna used to explain about how to connect to the truth. Instead, they're doing a disservice. Don't dishonor the name of Ram and Krishna and of all of these great avatars. Instead, connect to the truth. Connect to the Paramatma with this true loving fear. But these people are dancing. Gir mod pura taal. The drums are being played. And these people are dancing around in circles. Bajari bajar mein aaye kadhe bajar. They come and within all of these craziness, wherever people gather in the midst of this bazaar, they carry out this dance. People see them. They go and see a market. They're not doing this with true love towards Paramatma so they can say, oh, Akaal Purakh, I do this request to you so you can bless me. No, there's not a single % of love for Paramatma inside of their mind. No, it's just for money. It's just for pride. It's just for fame. So they dance. They get the money. Bajari bajar mein aaye kadhe bajar. Gave raje raniya. Bole aal patal. They sing of many kings. They sing of many raniya. They bole aal patal means aal meaning the skies, patal meaning the earth. The earth and the sky never meet. Aal patal also means things that are just made up within thin air. They say things that are made up and within air that have no head and have no foot. Meaning there's no end or beginning to what they say. Meaning there's no meaning. There's no substance to what they say. They say whatever they want. They make up things. We may be speaking about Raje, Kahani and these great stories even in our Hatyas Pyareo. But je apa asal vich kamaya nahi na, that all we aal pata liya. Meaning because there's no substance to it. Prachar happens when you speak it from the inside, when that jivan of yours is revolving around Guru Sahib, Gursikha andar Satgur varta, and the Guru speaks through the Gursikhs. The Guru sits on the tongue, Jom bolave te Nanak Das bola, and Guru Sahib speaks and he himself inspires. He himself is the one that inspires. He himself is the one that is inspired and connects us to Paramatma. Sache Pacha saying, but if we are just doing Badkhand, bola aal batal, saying things that make no sense, Lak takiyan ke mundade, lak takiyan ke har, and they wear these things that look as if they're worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Sorry, hundreds of thousands of dollars. these gold necklaces and these gold bracelets and these gold earrings, lakh takkiyan ke mundade, lakh takkiyan ke har, they wear it as if they're wearing that. But pyareo, even these, if you look at these people that are in Ras Leela and Ram Leelas, they are wearing fake jewelry, meaning even their pakhand that they're doing, it is not even true. Jit tan paiye nanaka setan hove shar. You can decorate this body, pyareo. You can go out into the world. You can be wearing the most beautiful chola. You can be tying the beautiful dastar. You can be carrying the most beautiful shastar. You could have the biggest kade on. And you could be even, pyareo, sometimes we take knowledge and we make that our shingar. Any shingar that you create. You can make your BMW your shingar. You can make your great big house your shingar. You can make the knowledge that you have, you can make that into your shingar. Your shingar. You can take your degrees that you have, that into your shingar. The people that you have connections with. How many people, if you have a picture with Barack Obama or you have a picture with other presidents and politicians or other celebrities in this world, people make that into your shingar. But all of the shingar, pyaro, this is just hypocrisy. Because just like this body, Satan hove shar, this body is going to turn into dust. It's going to be completely finished. In the same way, all of these other things that you wear, that you turn into this shingar, this way to show off to the world, you turn it into your jewelry. To make yourself look great into the world, all of that is also going to turn into ash. Jit tan paiye nanaka setan hove shar. This body of yours, whether you want to live within Hukam or not, this body of yours is still living in the fear and the Hukam, the ordinance of Akaal Purakh, because this body is going to age. This body is going to get old. One day this body is going to turn into dust. In the same way, Sache Pacha here is reminding you, don't connect to these things that are false. Connect to the thing that is always true. Anything that is false is living within the ordinance of Paramatma. And Paramatma is that thing, is Nirpo Nirankar Sachek, is the one that is fearless. If you want to become the form of the fearless, you must first connect to that love, the ordinance of Paramatma, fall at the feet of Sache Pacha, and through these blessings you attain enlightenment. Because here Sache Pacha is saying, Gyan na galni tundiya. Somebody wants to find enlightenment. Gyan na galni tundiya, ek galna de naal nahi milna. Gyan galni tundiya, kathna karda sar. To explain what Gyan is, to explain what enlightenment is, how this works, it is equivalent. Kathna karda sar is like eating metal. It's like trying to bite on metal. Kathna karda sar, you cannot explain it. It's as hard as metal, hard as rock. Kathna karda sar, karm milata paiye, hor hikmat hukam khwar. If you want to find Paramatma, karm means bakshish, through the blessings of Akaal Purakh. Fall at the feet of Sache Pacha, karm milay, tam paiye. When you receive the blessings of Paramatma, of Akaal Purakh, this is how you find Gyan, this is how you attain enlightenment. Hor hikmat hukam khwar. All other cleverness, all other trickery, all of the other ways, jugtiyan, that you may be trying to say that this is the way of my meditation, this is the way for me to connect, pyareo. Gyan na galni tundiya, kathna karada sar, karam milata paiya. If you attain the bakshish of Paramatma, hor hikmat hukam khwar, all of these are just going to make you go outside of that hukam. They're not within that hukam. The way to find Paramatma through hukam, Guru Nanak Dev Ji here explains that I can only live within the agya, the ordinance of Paramatma. I want to explain one small example from our Ityas, pyareo. What living in fear means, why you need a Guru. Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Pacha, the third Guru. Pyareo, one day when they were walking on the side of Guru Angad Dev Ji, the second Guru. As they were walking in this old age, they did not realize, as they were walking, one of their hands, it came in front and it crossed Guru Angad Dev Ji Sache Pacha, meaning that Guru Angad Dev Ji is walking and Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj's arm went in front of Guru Angad Dev Ji. A student always walks behind the Guru, never in front. How can I go ahead of my Guru? How can I think I'm more than my Guru? Guru Amar Das Ji, that day, they quickly grab their kapda. They wrap their arm and they hold it down. They hold it tight to their chest. And when Guru Angad Dev Ji asks, they say, hey, Sikha, why are you holding your arm? Why have you tied up your arm and you're holding it to your chest? And Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Pacha says, hey Sache Pacha, oh my Guru, this arm has not followed your hukam. This arm has not been living in this loving fear. This arm tried crossing in front of you. Hey Sache Pacha, if my arm tries crossing you today, who knows if my mind will try crossing you tomorrow. If I can hold down this arm of mine, only then will I be able to teach my mind that, oh my mind, you cannot cross in front of your Guru. Sometimes we ask this, why do we need to bow down in front of the Guru? Pyare, you do this physically? Who knows that by you physically bowing down to Sache Pacha Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, that you may actually be able to lower your intellect and fall at the feet of Sache Pacha within your mind and heart as well. If you do physical Chaur Sahib on top of Guru Sahib Sache Pacha, and you live within that maryada, you live within that loving fear, even the kirtan that you do, you sit and you sing to Sache Pacha with love, you recite this Naam Simran within your tongue, who knows, one day it will go inside of your heart and mind as well. Sache Pacha here is saying, Nadar kare je apni, ta nadri Satgur paya, eh jio bote janam paramya, ta Satgur shabd sunaya. Guru Nanak Dev Ji explains here the steps to enlightenment. How do you attain this enlightenment? How do you attain this understanding of Akaal Purakh? The very first thing that you need is you need the kirpa, the nadar, the glance of grace of Sache Pacha, of Akaal Purakh. The main concept here to understand is that you need a Guru. Without the true Guru, you cannot find Paramatma. Even Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Pacha, they traveled all of these places. Nigure kaha naubara, that said, I need a Guru. Without a Guru, my name is blackened. My face is blackened. I have no worth. I'm an anath. I'm an orphan. I need somebody to teach me this understanding. Pyareo, we cannot have this hikmat hukum khwar, this intellect of ours where we're thinking that we can just do whatever we want. We can do all the hypocrisies in the world that we want. We must live within the hukam. The hukam is that Maharaj added a vichola. Nadar kareje apani. Ta nadri satgur paya. Through the kirpa of Akaal Purakh. This is the main concept. Through the kirpa of Akaal Purakh, through the blessings of God, Paramatma, you don't find Akaal Purakh. No. Through the blessings of Akaal Purakh, you don't find Akaal Purakh. Through the blessings of God, Paramatma, Waheguru, Allah, Raam, you find the true Guru. Through the blessings of Waheguru, let me repeat again, you find the true Guru. And through the blessings of the true Guru, you find Paramatma. There is a vichola. Koi aan milave mera pritam pyara, hon tisve aap vichai. Darshan har dekhan kehtai Sache Pacha. In this entire Shabad Pyareo, you read, Sache Pacha explains the need for a vichola, for somebody to come and take away your home, for the Guru to shine the light, for somebody to take you and make you meet this Paramatma. This is the pukar, this is the desire, this is the tang, this is the request that we make. Nadar kare je apni. Only with these blessings, Sache Pacha, you bless me and you give me this glance of grace. With these blessings, I find the true Guru. Eh jio bote janam paramya. Raam gayo, Ravan gayo. Many people have come into this world. Many people have gone. They've come into this world and they've gone. Eh jio bote janam paramya. We've come into this world, but we don't know how many different juna we've been in. Eh jio bote janam paramya. Through many, many lives and cycles, this G of ours, we've gone. Now we have this golden chance. Through all of these pains we've gone through. Through all of these struggles we've gone through. But now, through the blessings of my Akaal Purakh, by me doing good actions, righteous actions, and finding my way out of this filth, I make use of this life. I live within the maryada of not only Akaal Purakh, But pyare, we must live in the maryada of our Guru as well. Our Guru gives us a hukam as Gursikhs. Paramatma gives us the hukam, the loving fear of this entire creation. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj says, Pੈ bin bhagt na hovai, naam na lagay pyar. Without this loving fear of Paramatma, you cannot find what true love is. True love is only found through fear. If there's no fear, there is no love. Somebody asked me this question, and they made it with this face as well. You might laugh. They say, I don't understand Maryada. What is Maryada? Why do we have to keep our case? Why do we have to bow to the Guru? Why do we even have to do our Nitnem? Pyare, sometimes we ask this question. Without this Guru's blessings, we cannot find Paramatma. Eh jio, bahute janam paramya. You've gone through many of these struggles. You've gone through the June of dogs, cats. Pyareo, there is something called Sher Drishti and there's something called Kukar Drishti. The vision, the sight of how to look like a lion or how to look, the vision of a dog. When a dog is beaten with a stick or a dog gets a rock thrown at them, the dog will always go and bite the stick or go after the object that was thrown at them. But a tiger or a lion, a sher, does not do that. The tiger knows that the stick that I'm being hit with, there is somebody that is using this stick. Somebody that threw this rock at me, there was somebody that threw this rock. The lion will go and attack the person that threw it. Pyareo, this is for us. A Gursikh is a Singh. A Gursikh is a lion. A Khalsa. We live like lions with our Guru. We do not go after this Horkete Raam. We do not go after this Pakhand of the world of the money. We do not go and chase after everything and look at this creation. Sache Pacha explains all of these elements. Even they're living within this sphere. We go to the master of who's controlling all of this. That is what Sher Drishti is. That's what a Khalsa is. Living within the Maryada of the Guru. Eh jio bahute janam paramya. Now we have this golden chance. Ta Satgur Shabd Sunaya. The first thing that when you meet the Guru blesses you with Naam. They bless you with the Shabad. Ta Satgur Shabd Sunaya. They bless the Shabad inside of your life. You've heard the Shabad. It's eradicated all of this pain. Ta Satgur Shabd Sunaya. By listening to the Shabad, you merge within that Shabad. Because this Guru is the master of all. They're the one that controls all of these elements. Satgur Jevad Data Ko Nahi. Sab Sunyo Lok Sabaya. Oh, everybody in this world, hear this, that there is nobody as great as my Guru. They are the blesser of all of these elements. They are the provider of this breath, this air that goes inside of me, that goes outside of this body. Even that is within this sphere. Satgur Milya Sach Paya, Jini Vichon Aap Gavaya. When I met my Guru, Sache Pacha explains, Gyan na galli tundi hai. That is not how Paramatma is found through just mere talk. Paramatma is found in this way. When you fall and you meet the Guru, when you fall at the feet of Sache Pacha, Jini Vichon Aap Gavaya, the Aap Mukat Mohitare. Paramatma, who is already liberated, already beyond all of this, beyond fears, they take this fear of death, this home outside of you. They take this home, strip it from you, remove the veil of falsehood, and they help you understand what the truth is. Jin sacho sach bujaya. O sache Paramatma ne sanu sach buja ditta. They helped us understand. They shone this light inside of our mind. Main concept, pyareo, let me repeat. Through the blessings of Akaal Purakh, you find the true Guru. Through the true Guru, you find Paramatma. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha in this Bani of Sri Asa Di Vaar, they repeat it twice. When Satgur kina na payo. When Satgur kina na payo. Without the true Guru, you have not found and you cannot find what Paramatma is. Jin sacho sach bujaya. This is how we find it. Everything is within that fear. Live within the Maryada of Akaal Purakh. Our mind will not want to. But we must teach our mind this, that if we want to accept what the Guru is saying, we must have this fear of the Guru. The Guru is above us. And if the Guru is above us, the Guru is like our mother and father. Whatever the Guru says, everything in the world abides by it. Why don't I abide by my Guru saying as well? Because there is no difference between my Guru and Paramatma. That is the beauty. There is a vijola. The Guru helps you connect to the Akaal Purakh, but then once you become such or such bujaya, then you realize that there was no difference between my Guru and Akaal Purakh anyways. The Guru and Akaal Purakh are the exact same. That's why first let's do this pukar to Sache Pacha. Hey Deen, Deaal, sun Benti. Har Prabh Har Raya Ram Raje Ho Mango Sharan Har Naam Ki. Har Har Mukh Paya, bless me with this Naam. Let me live in this loving fear of yours, Hey Sache Pacha, so I can truly understand. Not what my mind is saying, not what my antakaran, which is full of mal, which is driving me into this world to make my decisions in my own intellect. No, because that gives me the fear of death, the fear of what is coming in the future. I do not want to lose my sense of I. But Sache Pacha, when I fall at your feet and you bless me with this naam, the only desire that is left inside of my mind is how do I make you happy? And I will bow down to you. I will live within your maryada. I will ask for your blessings, and no matter what it will do, even if it causes me pain, even if I don't want to do it, that I will control my mind, that I will not go after pleasing the world. I will fight my mind and matha take to Sache Pacha just like I physically do in the darbar. Pyareo, this is the sandesh. This is the meaning of the fourth pauri of Shri Asa Di Vaar. Call out to Paramatma. Live in Paramatma's Hukam. Because the entire world is. Don't connect to false, and only through calling out and living in this loving fear of maryada, hukam, ordinance of your true Guru. By making the Guru happy, you will become enlightened. So प्यारे इन्नियां विचारां करदे हां एक नहीं नेक प्रकार ਦੀਆਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ ਨੇ. Please forgive me, please bless me to be able to continue this seva and also live in this ordinance and hukam of Paramatma. ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਜੀ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.